All right, in this video, we're going to talk about how long does SEO take for local SEO or contractors. Let's get right into it. Why should you care about this? And that's actually a very good question. If you're watching this video, you will likely know that SEO works, and you know that if you rank first for your services, you will make a lot of money. You also know that SEO is an investment, and growing SEO will come at a big upfront cost until you start getting that money back through jobs. And in this video, I'm going to break down the timeline of SEO for contractors or local SEO. And if you want to know what to expect when doing SEO, keep watching. Why does SEO take time? And I get this question a lot. Let's just take a step back. So the whole purpose of SEO is to get Google to just trust your website so that you can rank first. And this process takes time. Google needs time and continuous proof from your website to trust it. And there's a few reasons why this takes time. First one is planning. So you need to actually figure out what keywords or what services to target. Second is you need to actually fix every single issue on your website that could prevent Google from trusting your website. Third is you actually have to create all those pages. Fourth, you have to wait until Google actually indexes those pages. And then you actually have to get backlinks, which will take the longest time. You want to get through the planning, the fixing website issues, and the page creation as fast as possible, because these are the steps that you can directly control. These are the ones where if you work harder, you will move them faster and you will end up ranking sooner as well. If you are fast and you know what you are doing and you have a relatively simple website, you can get through those 3 steps within 1 to 2 months. But in those first 2 months, you should expect almost zero change on your rankings. Any change that happens to your rankings is purely by coincidence. Don't look into it at all. How long does SEO actually take? And the short answer is anywhere from 6 to 24 months, but you should start seeing some movement as soon as those optimized pages are published. Let's say you did all that planning, you did all the keyword research, you fixed all the issues on the website, and you actually published those service pages. As soon as you publish those pages, you're going to see an immediate increase in some rankings. Now, you're not going to be top 5 or top 10, especially if the competition is tough, but you should start seeing some movement for those services. So for example, in this case, for this company, we published some service pages for specific locations. And, within a few weeks of us publishing and posting those pages and ensuring that they were internally linked on the website, we saw a jump in rankings. This tells us that Google now sees our optimized page, but it doesn't trust it enough to rank it in the top 3 or top 5 because you just published this page. Google doesn't trust it that much yet. If your competition is extremely low, and I mean like really low, like there's barely any people making pages for that service, sometimes publishing the page in month 1 will be enough to rank for number 1. So in this case, we published a page for kitchen renovation Barhaven, and this is like a smaller suburb, so there's not many people publishing pages for kitchen renovation Barhaven. So as soon as we published that page, we ranked number 2 and that job was done. But this only happens again when you are targeting a very low competition area. And I mean like seriously low. Like the population of the city is only like a few 100,000 max, and there's like very low competitors. So this is what it looks like. Again, assuming you have near zero competition or very low competition, you have to put in the time to plan, fix the website issues, and create the page. And if you have very low competition, your rankings will jump from 50 or non-existent to basically number 1. But this doesn't happen most of the time. If you work in a bigger city, you won't immediately rank number 2, and you'll probably lie in the 19th to 40th position. And once you actually publish those pages and you're ranked, let's say, between the 20th to 50th position, that's when the race actually begins. So in most cases, once you get through the planning, the fixing the website issue, and the page creation, you're going to land in the 20th position. And this phase depends on a few things. So if you have more cities that you want to target, that means you have to make more pages. That means this phase will take a longer time. If you have more services, so instead of having just 2 services, you have 10, that just means you have to make more pages, meaning that this phase will take even longer. And if your website has a lot of issues that will take time to fix, this phase will also get dragged out. Now, to actually move the needle from 20th to number 1, that's when you have to acquire backlinks and make more content creation to get links naturally. And this phase depends on a few things. This phase depends on how many competitors you have in your area for your service. Because if you have more competition, you'll just simply need more backlinks. And number two is how big your city. In general, the trend is if it's a bigger city with more people, you will have more companies offering that service, meaning that there's more competition, meaning that it'll take more time. This could take anywhere from 2 to 12 plus months, depending on how competitive your industry is. But as long as you get more backlinks, you'll slowly, when you zoom out far enough, start to see that steady climb. And this is typically what it looks like from an actual data perspective. February, we were able to publish that page. We were at the, between 20th to 40th. And as you publish more links, as you acquire more links, you'll start to see that graph steadily go up. The backlink acquisition phase is by far the hardest and the most expensive part. And the more high quality links that you acquire, the faster and the higher you will rank. So now your question is, how many backlinks do I actually need to rank? And the easiest way to have some estimation is to just look at your competitors. Let's say I'm looking at Home Renovation Houston. It's a pretty in-demand service and it's a very big area. So we have PremierRemodel.com. They rank number 2 right after the local pack, and you see they have 81 referring domains. We can ignore house.com. There's Everhart Construction that's ranking number 4 with 292 referring domains. Unique Builder Texas with 352. So this is giving us an idea that if we actually want to compete, we need like minimum 80 backlinks. And it could go up to at least maybe 150 or 200, depending on the quality that these guys have. Your next question is, why does Everhart Construction, who is 4th, rank lower even though they have way more backlinks from more domains? And that's because backlinks is not a thing about quantity. You have a much more emphasis on the actual quality of that link. So Google cares way more about high quality local backlinks than just how many backlinks you have. So that's why, again, you need to focus on quality links. Let's say you're working with an agency and they're getting you 1 to 3 high quality links per month. If you want to seriously rank for Home Renovation Houston, where the number 1 spot has links from 81 different websites, you're looking at around 27 months of just pure link building. And if you are getting more than 3 quality links per month, meaning that you have to invest more money, and each link that you acquire is actually high quality, then you can cut down to 12 to 14 months of link building, assuming you do a really good job and you invest your money in the right spots. So remember that these are just estimates. At the end of the day, Google dictates who it decides to rank. And we can just use these numbers to make approximations of what our required inputs would be. We could take another example. So let's look at home renovation in Springfield, Missouri. So obviously a much smaller city. And you'll see that the person that's ranking number 2 only has 21 referring domains. The person who's ranking 3rd has a pretty high authority. But if we look at number 5, there's Liberty Home Solutions. They have 145 domains. So in general, this is less because it's a smaller city. And because it's a smaller city, it's less competition, meaning that we only need less links to rank. In this case, we'll need around 20 to 30 high quality links to rank. And if we acquire 3 high quality links per month, we're looking at 7 months minimum, right? And this is assuming that your competitors do not do any SEO, meaning that they are not increasing that gap themselves by acquiring links themselves. If they are also acquiring links at the same time, then the goalpost is moving and you have to do more work to not only catch up, but then overtake them. You basically have to move faster than how they are. I hope that makes sense. I hope that gives you a rough idea. Basically, you're looking at minimum 3 months to even see some changes, but then month by month, you should start seeing a small, steady increase. And you'll usually rank, depending on your competition, within 8 to 16 months. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them.